All right, guys, you can see we got a big mess here. This thing's leaking water everywhere. We have a bad expansion tank, but we also have a leaky domestic water coil. And you can see there is basically no room to work here. So I am prepared to cut the boiler out and move it like this. So the hot water coil is facing my way, so I can easily get that water coil out. Either that, or maybe I'm still probably gonna have to cut it free and move it this way to get that hot water coil out. Either way, it's gotta come out, and I don't think there's enough room to get it out between there, the boiler, and the wall. Not even close, I don't think. So we're gonna start by draining the boiler down, getting it cut free, and we're gonna get busy. Alright, we're gonna cut this guy off. And of course that's gonna start leaking immediately. I have to get that. And then this, I believe, is our water coming in. So we'll cut that off. Yeah, that's for our domestic. Yep, and our boiler feed comes off that also. So, all right, and then we're also going to cut it. I don't think there's enough, so I could probably cut it here and here. Let me make sure I cut this off too. And then just unbolt the circulators. That actually might be what I do. I could also cut it here and here, and then cut it here and here. Let me tighten that down so it stops leaking everywhere, and then we're about to get this thing drained down. I think I got it to stop leaking. And I have a union here, so that's good if I can get it open. That is. So I only have I think I might have a 24-inch pipe wrench. I think really I only have an 18 though, but I might be able to get that. All right, so we got it cut off there. We got it cut off all through here. So actually, let's cut these back on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Let's see. I'm gonna have to unbolt the circulators, I think. Yeah. I'm trying to lose as little water as possible, but I don't think it really matters at this point. So, and then we'll have to cut the oil off and then just undo a flare nut or something. All right, let's get rolling. It's coming. I do have a transfer pump, but it's an electric one, so, and I think I am short on power here. I got a plug there, maybe that'll work. Let's just hit that union with some Coil. Let that sit on there a minute. I'm gonna hit these too because they look like crap. All right, I got my circulators unbolted. Now I'm about to work on this guy here. All right, I got the expansion tank off. Almost cut my finger off doing it, and I had gloves on too. So I got a Band-Aid, cleaned it up, new gloves. I'm not gonna show you guys because it's gross, but all right, and we got the union broke free. That came free a lot easier than I thought it was. I think all the piping for the boiler is disconnected. So now we're going to work on getting the domestic unhooked. Probably just going to cut that. And then we also have to get the... So all this will come together. So we got to get the aquastat off too. Not 100 how I'm going to do that, because it's actually got to come out and go on the new one. So probably just cut the piping and pull the wiring out for now, if I can even get in there to it, because it's not much space. All right, I think I got everything free except the wiring there, back there. Still got stuff kind of leaking out everywhere, but I got the flue piping undone too, so I think I'm free enough. Oh shit, I got this here. I'm gonna have to take that support off, and then I think I can turn the whole boiler then, and then I'll be able to get to the wiring a little easier once I get it turned. All right, I got the boiler turned a good deal, so that might actually be enough for me to get everything out. We'll have to see. I forgot about this wire here going to this zone control, circulator control. So, but this might be enough. Might be enough to get me where I need to be. So I'm gonna unwire it now and then start unbolting everything. I'm gonna hit all that with Coil. You can see now good where everything was leaking at. It was leaking all around that seal there, so. Moving right along. Well, I kind of forgot I didn't have to unwire it. All I had to do was loosen the sensor, and it pulled right out of the well there. So I probably will have to get this off. I'm not sure what they sent all in the box. I'm about to find that out now. All right, so no new well, but so I have to get the old one out. Not a big deal. So we got the coil and then the gasket there. It's just about all they sent. Cool. All right, everything's looking good. You know, I'm not exactly sure that this one failed. I think it was just leaking so bad. You know, I wasn't willing to just pull it out and put a new gasket in, especially after all the work it's taken to get that thing out of there. Might as well just replace it. And I think we're gonna do a new pressure relief valve also, because with that bad expansion tank, it's been leaking too. So got a bunch of new stuff going on this bad boy. Well, all the bolts broke free, no problem. I just went around and just broke them all free. So we're just gonna get them all out and hopefully, you know, praying all these come out right. That would be awesome. But look, yeah, they're all loose. This one I was worried about, but you know, I let that Coil sit on there for about 5 or 10 minutes and it did its thing. So I'm gonna slowly get all these out of here. All right, I got it broke free. Let's see if we can get it out of there. I know it's hot. It's hot. There's still a little bit of water in there too. Let that run out. I don't know if I have still enough room to get that out. I might have to take that piping off. Or move the boiler that way a little bit. Let me do that actually. All right, there she is. Yeah, like I said, it's not, I don't think it failed anywhere except the gasket. But I wasn't about to do all this work just to replace a gasket, that's for fucking sure. So, all right, let's see the hole. Our hell. Now, typically you don't get to see this part of the heat exchanger because this is where all the water goes. pretty neat. We'll have to get that old gasket off, get that cleaned up good. Yeah, this actually might be the hardest part of this whole ordeal, is getting all that old gasket off, because it is on there good. Let's just take a razor scraper and just keep working at it. I think I might have a wire brush attachment too for my drill. We also want to make sure we don't get a whole lot of debris inside the boiler, because like I said, that's usually where the water goes, so we don't want to do that. But I'm going to keep working at this. It's going to take a while to get all this old gasket off, because it doesn't just peel off in one piece. It comes off in little tiny chunks. Alright guys, I got a lot of it off. Man, that is on there. I've been working on this for about a half hour, trying to get all that off. Wire brush, screwdriver, razor scraper, and I think I got enough off where it will seal. All this is pretty smooth, but man, that is on there. I just want to make sure I got no rough spots. You know, there is some gasket still on there, but as long as it's not rough, I think I'll be okay. Put my new one on over tops, make a good seal. So I'll just make sure all that's good and smooth, and we'll put our new gasket on and then our new coil in. All right, I got my new, or my old well in here. 1/2 inch male by press, 1/2 inch male by press. About to put my new gasket on and we'll put the new coil in. All right guys, we got the new coil in. So what I did, I just didn't go around in a circle tightening everything down. Kind of did it like you would do a tire. So kind of like in a star pattern. I did these two first. I kind of tightened them up snug, and then I went here, 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 and then kind of like started around until I got all of them pretty good and tight. And then I just put one extra bit of muscle into each one of them. So, and I'll check them again after I get everything back on. I'll check them again just to make sure every one of those is tight. But I'm about to swing this thing back on, and I think I might cut that union off so I don't have to reuse it. Probably cut it off. And I am going to put press ball valves in on the supply and the return, or I'm sorry, the hot and cold side. Mostly because I don't have any couplings, but I do have ball valves. So, but it is what it is. I thought I had a couple half-inch couplings, but I don't. 1/2 inch press couplings. Got plenty of 3/4, but no half apparently. So that's all right. Like I said, I'm going to do 2 ball valves, and we'll have a ball valve on each side, whatever. All right, I'm about to swing this thing back around. We'll get it, continue to get it hooked back up. Moving right along. It's actually going a lot better than I thought it was. I did figure on being here all day. What time is it? And it's 10:39 right now. So, not doing too bad. I got here right about 8:30. Probably closer to 9, because I didn't have all my material together. I had to get it all together this morning. So, all right, moving right along. I'm doing a new pressure relief valve too. Look at this one. I did some of that pulling this up, but yeah, I'd say she was leaking. All right, guys, we got the domestic done. Like I said, 2 shut-off valves, one coming in, one going out. Now I just got to bolt up the circulators, put the expansion tank on, tighten everything down, and we can start filling back with water. Oh, the flue piping and oil line too, but easy stuff. All right, I'm filling it back with water now. I got everything hooked back up. Yeah, See what happens. Make sure I don't have any leaks. I'm gonna have to clean up all this water here. It's a lot of standing water in the floor. So we'll let it fill up till it stops basically, and then I'll open up my zones and bleed them off. All right, I think we're full of water. All the air bled out through the high vent, but we're still gonna bleed and purge our zones. So we have two zones here, an upstairs and a downstairs. So the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna cut these back off just like that, because this is our return coming back here. This is our supply. This is our return. So we'll cut those off. We're gonna hook up a hose one at a time here. With these off, we're gonna open up these bleeder valves, these gate valves, and we're going to pull open that water inlet valve wide open. That way we're pushing high pressure water through the supply all the way through all the baseboards back out here. And we're going to bleed that for a few minutes or until we have no air left. All right, we're going to open this guy up now. And then we're going to open this guy up. You can never have that wide open while this is closed. The system is only designed to run at, 12, 15 PSI. So here we come now. What you could also do is you could drop this into a bucket of water and wait for all the air bubbles to stop. So we're just going to run this for a few minutes. Make sure we don't have any big burps of air come out. We shouldn't. I think we filled it pretty good in such a way where we didn't introduce a whole lot of air into the system. All right, now that we got those bled off, we got these back on. Everything's on. We want to leave this high vent cap loose like that, because if it's all the way tight, no air can get out. So we want to leave that loose, so whenever any air does work its way through the system, it can be bled out there. We're just gonna double check a few things here, and we might be ready to fire this thing back up. Just make sure our relief valve isn't dripping, and it's not. Yeah, you see all this water down here. We gotta vacuum all that out before we get done. All right, we got the boiler back on. I'll take a peek into here, make sure we don't have any leaks. You guys, can you believe this weather? I am in Princess Anne, Maryland right now, and it is 79 degrees out here on November 7th. It's crazy. Beautiful weather. And we're supposed to get some rain tonight, and we haven't had rain in months. It seems like it's been a long time since we've had some rain. It's been dry. So look forward to some rain, but yeah, man, I can't believe it. It's like, my truck said it was like 80 something, which, sometimes those are a little bit off, but it's literally 79 degrees right now. Beautiful. All right, guys, I think I'm finishing up now. I just got to clean up some water down here. But other than that, I'm in pretty good shape, honestly. Really good shape. Yeah. A little bit of water. I'll probably wipe everything down too. But there it is, guys. So, hindsight, I probably should have replaced the pressure reducing valve too. But I think I can adjust it a little bit because my pressure is still a little high, it seems. So, but everything's in pretty solid shape. Yeah, guys, the worst thing you can do is leave water on the floor. Because even if there's nothing leaking, if the customer sees water on the floor after you left, they're going to think something's leaking. So clean it up the best you can, and if it's still a little damp when you leave, let the customer know, hey, I got most of the water cleaned up. The rest of it should dry up though. If it doesn't, let me know. So That's the best conversation you can have with a customer if you got to leave their floor wet, because it has happened time and time again to people. They leave the water on the floor thinking it's going to dry up. Customer calls, hey, you got a leak. No, there's not a leak, there's just water on the floor. So long story short, guys, just clean your mess up, clean all the water up you can, and if you got to leave a little bit on the floor, let the customer know. All right, guys, that went very smooth, smoother than I expected, actually. But I had time to be extra thorough, made sure I covered everything, so everything went pretty good. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for this one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Don't forget, I got a couple giveaways coming up. Probably first of next week, I'm going to start getting on the giveaways with the reviews and giveaways for the stuff I mentioned in the previous video. So keep an eye out for that. Don't forget to turn notifications on so you know when those videos drop. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.